What's up, everybody? This is Sungo, the Korean bro. Today is 2022, September 20th. What articles do we have tonight? Let's see. Hmm, let's see. What do we have? I'm just gonna look through articles and see what we have. Okay. Um, Company loses bid to recover payout for Dubai hotel fire. Hmm. Okay. Something happened to Dubai building. Hmm. And Lucid is looking like a clear EV winner. Lucid, okay. Hmm. Oracle short-term pain could be your long-term gain. Okay. Hmm. Has AMD stock fallen too far? Okay. Hmm. Lebanon aims to adopt long-delayed IMF reforms in October. Okay. Hmm. Is this the right time to buy Costco stock? Okay. Chipotle stock contending with key trend line. Spain cuts natural gas sales tax to help people with costs. Sweden central bank hikes key interest rate by a full point. Wall Street opens lower ahead of key Fed decision on rates. Hmm. Oracle's short-term pain could be your long-term gain. Hmm. Still loving it. Investors keep visiting McDonald's. The FedEx just delivered a buying opportunity. This is what to expect from the S&P 500 now. No one told these three stocks it's a down week. Stock market three islands of strength in a sea of red. Okay, let's see. Company loses bid to recover payout for Dubai hotel fire. Okay, I'm starting my YouTube live with the very interesting article, which is about a fire that happened to Dubai hotel. Let's see. Okay, an insurance company that was ordered to pay more than a billion dirham in damages for a 2015 New Year's Eve fire in Dubai has lost a civil lawsuit that it failed to try and recover the money 2 years after the massive fire rocked the address downtown hotel. So it's not the accident that happened last night or today. It's about a lawsuit, and a lawsuit ended, and it's the result of a lawsuit. This accident happened way earlier, way past. Oh. Lucid looking like a clear EV winner. Lucid is in a better financial position than most upstart EV players. The near-term headwind should matter little in the long haul. Lucid noted that its liquidity position will keep it running well into 2023. So we got a lot of EV companies, and among that EV company list, it looks like Lucid is the winner. And let's see why. Like most luxury vehicle play, Lucid Group has had its shares of ups and downs. Okay, luxury EV maker stock has made true trips to the $60 level, only to reverse towards its early pre-SPAC days. Yet there's a bigger picture here, that being the long road ahead for EV manufacturers as government carbon emission initiatives shift into high gear in the second half of the decade. Electric powered cars and trucks are expected to play a powerful role. The International Energy Agency's current global EV outlook highlights a growing list of subsidies and incentives that has consumers gravitating toward EVs in record numbers. Hmm. that has consumers gravitating toward EVs in record numbers. Okay, the International Energy Agency's current global EV outlook highlights a growing list of subsidies and incentives that has consumers gravitating towards EVs in record numbers. At the same time, the list of EV models available for purchase at dealerships or online has swelled to around 450 compared to less than 100 in 2015. So with demand and supply trends looking favorable, the EV industry is bound to produce multiple winners, not named Tesla or NIO, in the years ahead, but what has Lucid in the driver's seat to emerge victorious. So why are they victorious? Let's see. Hmm. A solid, transparent financials. For starter, Lucid is a better financial. Better financial position than most upstart EV players. It exited the second quarter with $4.6 billion in cash and cash equivalents. Compare this to the company's $27.5 billion market cap, and you will see that cash represents 17% of its valuation. That's some pretty cheap cash available for sale given the growth prospects. Products of the flagship Lucid Air is off to a slow start relative to demand. Approximately 1,400 vehicles rolled off the assembly line in the first half of 2022, and less than 700 were delivered to customers in quarter second. The near-term headwinds should matter little in the long haul, though, because both the demand and financial strength are there. Lucid noted that its liquidity position will keep it running well into 2023. This is a healthy situation to be in, especially at a time when some competitors are fending off bankruptcy. Lucid Group vertical integrations a big push. Hmm. Lucid Group industry leading efficiency. Base model is expensive at $87,400, but the luxury features and 13-hour battery charge time makes it well worth the sticker price to some affluent car buyers. As expansion projects ramp production, Lucid will roll out its second offering, the Gravity SUV, which is targeted for the first half of 2024. If consumer interest in the Lucid Air is any indication, the waitlist for Gravity is likely to get heavy in a hurry. So, from the author's point of view, he says that the main reason that Lucid is winner is because it's got good financial mm, history, and they have solid and transparent solid and transparent financials. Okay, solid and transparent financials. Mm, okay. Vertical integration a big plus. What is a vertical integration? The good news with regards to the demand supply imbalance is that Lucid's core EV technology is developed and manufactured in-house at its EV powertrain factory in Arizona. This is also where Lucid motor, transmission, power inverters, and all the racing inspired battery packs gets made. Not to mention its fast charging Wonderbrook system. These components get shipped off to the company's car factory in neighboring Casagrande ZZ. Better yet, help is on the way. The Casagrande facility is undergoing a phase 2 expansion that will nearly triple its installed capacity to 90,000 Lucid Air and Lucid Gravity EVs. When you're sitting on a backlog of 37,000 vehicles worth an estimate $3.5 billion in sales, a ramp in production can't come soon enough. Okay. Vertical integration a big plus. Um, I wondered what that means, mm, and now I know what it is. Bottom line, expanding in-house parts production, in-house parts production. So, uh, they don't outsource production to overseas. They make products in-house. So, in-house parts. are all made uh, within their area, so it's all under control. So make securing key materials, parts, and parts less of a problem. Yes, make securing key materials and parts less of a problem. Improve Lucid's ability to meet demand over time. So uh, they're not easily get swayed by a production time of overseas. They can get to have ability to meet demand over time. Right? Okay. Lucid's improve Lucid's ability to meet demand over time. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Lucid. Oracle is short-term pain could be your long-term gain. Oracle. Let's look at Oracle. Database and cloud solutions provider Oracle stock got smoked on its fiscal quarter first 2023. Oracle. Okay. Shares were holding up relatively well until the company revealed the extent of damage from FX related headwinds. Up until 2022, FX headwinds didn't really impact stocks too much, as the market focused more on the performance in constant currency metrics. However, the aggressive interest rate hikes from the Fed have brought the negative impact of a strong US dollar to the forefront. This has been painfully made evident by the panic sell-off in various U.S. companies with extensive international business, including Nvidia, Salesforce, and Netflix. Okay, there's the point. We have a serious interest rate hike, and plus FX headwinds also cause impact on the business of many companies. Many companies. What I mean by many companies in this case is like Nvidia, Salesforce, Netflix, companies that do a lot of international business. Mm. They all have all had to unavoidably cut their forward guidance to some degree. In fact, 30% of the revenues for companies S&P 500 generate revenues outside the U.S. This will continue to be a concerning trend while the Fed continues to pursue rate hikes to tackle record inflation. The strong U.S. dollar vaporized per share off Oracle's earnings, off from the original earlier estimate in June. In addition to lowering forward guidance, the company included performance numbers for its Cerner acquisition in the recent fiscal quarter first 2023 earnings release, which helped juice performance. Oracle proves it's still a leader in the cloud and enterprise resource planning segment. The near-term FX-related sell-off could be presenting a buying opportunity for long-term investors to take a position in Oracle. So FX-related sell-off is what is happening. FX related sell off is what is happening, right? And this could be a potentially be a possible opportunity for long term investor, right? To stake a position in Oracle. Hmm. They were looking good even when interest rate hike, even when Fed raised the interest rate hike. But under this FX headwinds, its price goes down. Mm. But as a longer investor, it'd be a great chance. Mm. Has AMD stocks fallen too far? Okay, AMD stock has declined for the past year on fears that the semiconductor market is heading for a glut. Mainly as fears of a global slowdown weigh on sentiment after this years of shortages. In addition to the potential glut that is expected to come in 2023, AMD is now witnessing the price fall for some of its chips. While the fall in price is currently primarily segregated to the secondary market, the price decline is now starting to affect the primary sales as well. Analysts are currently torn between whether there will be a chip shortage or a glut going into 2023. And the mixed news is clearly leading to a negative outlook. AMD isn't the only semiconductor company facing headwinds. Other companies such as Nvidia have also witnessed their stocks retreat. AMD has been continuing to perform well, and with the Zen 4 architecture and Xilinx chips, and when combined with the demand for the older chips, the stock may be oversold. Some of that is due to demand for electronics. Demand has slowed down for them when compared to previous years, but the supply of semiconductors remains a problem, with demand from autos and network-based demand keeping supply in check. Hmm. Supply chain exacerbate shortages, fundamental and technical analysis. So we have FX headwinds, interest rate hike, and we got shortage problem. Moderate buy rating. Long delayed IMF reforms in October. Crisis hit Lebanon hopes to adopt a key reforms demanded by the International Monetary Fund for a long delayed but urgently needed bailout before the end of next month if there is a political will. Lebanon's caretaker economy minister said Tuesday. Costco, what about Costco? The vast majority, nearly half of Wall Street analysts offering 12-month price target have given Costco Wholesale Corporation a strong buy rating, while the other 50% of analysts are split on the rating. They all seem to agree that now is a smart time to buy Costco shares or that it could be the right time very soon. Effectively, Costco appears to have a high return on equity, meaning the analysts have strong confidence in their ability to generate efficient return on equity. Hmm. They said the 12-month consensus price target is 564 with the upside of 12. This will put the target slightly higher in the estimate range. Earnings consistently outperformed the past year. Sales growth is also consistent. Is the momentum too strong? Hmm. Chipotle stock contending with key trend line hasn't been covered in this space since late July, when the first casual restaurant giant gapped higher in the wake of a blowout earnings report. A little under 2 months later, how has CMG fared? Chipotle stock's valuation continues to be inflated at a forward price earnings ratio of 39 and price sales ratio of 5.89. But on the chart, CMG is contending with year to date break even level with support in place at ascending the 30-day moving average. Yeah, well, Chipotle. When I was in the States, I went to Chipotle often. Mm. The reason I visited there often is because I thought that the food they provide is reasonably priced. Mm. I never thought that it's expensive, and I thought that it's worth eating it. It's worth the value. Uh, and the food, Chipotle burrito, it's got a lot of ingredients. It's got a lot of ingredients. Hmm. It's got a lot of ingredients. So Spain cuts natural gas sales tax to help people with coach. Let's skip on this one. Wall Street opens lower ahead of. Okay, let's see. Wall Street opens lower ahead of key Fed decision on rates. Okay, stocks are opening broadly lower on Wall Street, and Treasury yields are rising ahead of a key decision on interest rates by the Federal Reserve. The S&P 500 index was off 1.2% early going Tuesday. The Nasdaq Composite and the Dow Jones Industrial Average were also lower. Every sector in the stock market was lower as traders wait to see how far the Fed will raise interest rates at its meeting that ends Wednesday. Oracle's. Oh, okay. This is interesting. This is what to expect from the S&P 500 now. Quarter earnings reporting season is fast approaching, and it's time to start preparing for what could be a very bad season. Mm. While there are some glimmers that inflation has peaked, it's still high, biting into the bottom line outlook and compounded by supply chain problems. Yes, there are gleam problems, right? Glimmers, the inflation has peaked. Yes, inflation has peaked. It's still high, biting into the bottom line outlook and compounded by supply chain problems. Uh, uh, Both old and new, those companies which still have strong businesses are having a hard time meeting the demand because of supply chain constraints, while the weaker businesses are faced with a bloated inventory. The takeaway is the outlook for earnings and earnings growth is weakening and not expected to get any better with the FOMC on track to hike rates by another historic 75 basis points. The outlook for earnings growth is worse than it seems. The outlook for earnings has been in decline for the last 2 months, which is bad enough on its own, but there are some underlying details that make the situation worse than it appears. At face value, the consensus estimates for quarter three, quarter fourth, and the full year tick lower to new lows over the past 2 weeks. The outlook for quarter three is now only 3.6% compared to the high of 11.6% set earlier this year. The consensus has fallen a full 800 basis points in that time and is on track to hit 0%. Hmm. Okay, let's go over to Yahoo Finance. Okay. Hmm. I could have read a lot of articles last night, but something happened. So this time for sure, I'm just gonna read a lot of articles. Okay. Stock sink, Treasury yield surge as Fed meetings get underway. The Fed is not the stock market trend right now. For shock investors just like FedEx, here's what Wall Street thinks. Okay. Hmm. Muhammad L. Arian says stagflation is coming. Here are two strong buy dividend stocks to protect your portfolio. Okay. Seeking at least 8% dividend yield. Warren Buffett recommends low coach index funds for most people, but Buffett says the S&P 500 is the worst thing to hold right now. Okay. If you really want to be rich, use these three Warren Buffett trading techniques that no one ever talks about. Okay. PayPal's e-commerce platform is growing fast. Why does analyst downgraded the stock? troubles ahead. Okay. By Berkshire made a big bets on CTA, HP, and Paramount. They look like losers. I'm constantly losing money on stock in cryptocurrency investment. I paid for the advice that has given me the. Goldman Sachs prefers U.S. stock market, while Alibaba is an exception. Okay, I just picked like 10 articles. Let's start reading it one by one. Okay. Hmm. There are a lot of gloom articles, but we'll see. Stock market news live up. Stocks sink. Treasury yields surge as Fed meetings gets underway. Okay, U.S. stocks barreled lower Tuesday as investors prepare for Federal Reserve officials to deliver another jumbo rate hike under a fight against persistent inflation. The benchmark S&P 500 slid 1.2% early into trading, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average tumbled by roughly the same percentage, or nearly 400 points. The technology having also composite raised about 0.9%. As Wall Street awaits the meeting outcome, the benchmark U.S. 10-year Treasury remains well above 3.5%, its highest level since 2011, while the 2-year Treasury note is racing toward 4%. Hmm. Okay, here. In other words, if the data were to justify another 75 basis point rate high in November, we do not think the committee would be constrained by its prior projection. Hmm. The Fed is not the stock market's friend right now, morning brief. Okay. One of the Federal Reserve's most telling statements about markets came from Chair Jerome Powell on June 15, when the central bank announced its biggest rate hike since 1994 over the course of this year. Hmm. Financial markets have responded, and have generally shown that they understand the path we're laying out. When Powell said that the S&P 500 had already fallen by more than 20% from its January 4 high. Hmm. In other words, Powell all but confirmed that the 2022 market rout was exactly what he and his colleague wanted. Hmm. If that wasn't clear enough, Minneapolis Fed President Neil uh, Kaskari echoed that sentiment on August 29 when he said he was happy to see the stock market fall. This came after Powell reiterated his commitment to fight inflation, hmm, even if it meant some pain to households and businesses. So it was his intention. Uh, and the Fed expected to have a recession in stock market as well. Uh, for shy investors just like Fed, here's what Wall Street is saying. Okay. FedEx has found a friend in the camp of a big, ugly third quarter financial pronouncements. The auto giant Ford warned of a whopping $1 billion profit hit late Monday in the form of a higher parts cost, with the company blaming vendor inflation. Ford now sees a third quarter adjusted operating profits in the range of $1.4 billion to $1.7 billion, well below Wall Street estimates for $3 billion. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Sailor's MicroStrategy buys $6 million more Bitcoin, now holds 130,000 total. MicroStrategy, the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin, announced Tuesday morning it has purchased an additional 301 Bitcoins for approximately $6 million in cash, according to an 8K filing with the SEC. The latest Bitcoin buying spree raises how much Bitcoin the business intelligence cloud company owns to Bitcoin buying spree raises how much Bitcoin the business intelligence cloud company owns as of the end of the second quarter. Warren Buffett recommends low cushion index funds for most people. S&P 500 is the worst thing to hold right now, but buy these four top sectors to avoid confusion: small caps, energy, select industrials. Healthcare serves as a classic example of a defensive sector thanks to its lack of correlation with the ups and downs of the economy. At the same time, the sector offers plenty of long-term growth potential due to favorable demographic tailwinds, particularly an aging population and plenty of innovation. Yes, that's right. We have a lot of people who ages, right? So there's a there's an market right there. Oh. So Subramanian finds the sector attractive. Looks great. It's got a lot of free cash flow yield, she says. Huh. What are three Warren Buffett trading techniques that no one ever talks about? Investing in small cap stocks, cutting losses when necessary. You'd think that someone like Buffett, who seems devoted to blue chip stocks, would steer clear of complicated derivatives, but you'll be wrong. Throughout his investing career, Buffett has capitalized on the advanced options trading technique of selling naked put options as a hedging strategy. In fact, in Berkshire Hathaway 2007 annual report, the company acknowledged that it had 94 derivative contracts, which over the year generated $7.7 billion in premiums. Hmm. Investing in small cap stocks. When you're throwing around the kind of cash that's measured in billions, scooping up shares of promising emerging companies won't work. Shares of small cap growth stocks of companies typically worth $300 million to $2 billion would simply move too much if the Oracle Omaha made a purchase that was big enough to make it worth his while. Okay, next one. PayPal's e-commerce platform is growing fast. Why this analyst downgraded the stock? PayPal has another platform, and it's now underestimated. Mm. What else do we have? I'm just gonna read it really quickly, okay? There are too many articles. Tesla's billionaire CEO fears the economy is headed for a worse scenario than current inflation. Hmm. Is worried about the future of the economy. The CEO of electric vehicle maker Tesla has been repeating for the past few days his fears about what awaits the economy as the Federal Reserve prepares to raise interest rates again in the hope of countering inflation at its highest in 40 years. The central bank is holding a two-day monetary meeting on September 21st. At the end of the meeting, economists, the business community, and the markets expect the institution to raise its rate by at least 75 basis points or 0.75% in view of the latest figures, which show that the rise in the price of goods and services is far from calming down. Biden to release 10 million oil barrels ahead of EU-Russian ban. The Department of Energy will offer additional U.S. reserves crude for sale ahead of plans by the European Union to ban most Russian oil in December. So the U.S. What is it? The U.S. Department? What is it? The Department of Energy. Okay, will offer additional U.S. reserve. Offer additional U.S. reserve. Okay, for sale ahead of ban of Russian oil. Mm. To prevent economies from collapsing. Because if energy runs out, then a lot of companies would have problems producing products uh, that uses oil or natural resources. So uh, before that happens, um, before the ban of Russian oil, they are doing it in advance. Pelton just unveiled the Pelton Raw. Why it matters. Pelton Interactive has unveiled a new exercise machine after a difficult few months for the at-home fitness company. Unveiled a new exercise machine. Pelton launched its highly anticipated Pelton Row, which has been in the works for years. On Tuesday, the company, best known for its bikes and virtual fitness classes, had hinted at the potential launch of a rowing machine earlier this year at its annual homecoming event. Hmm. Kathy Wood Arc sees a huge jump in the EV sales coming close to the key. Kathy Wood's firm ARK Invest believes electric vehicle sales worldwide won't grow in a straight line. A certain number every month or year instead, sales will explode, doubling or tripling compared with totals of late. Hmm. Okay, I'm going to read this for last time, and I'm just gonna finish it. Okay. All right. While inflation eased a little bit in August, it remains elevated. The release of the Consumer Price Index this month revealed that inflation rose 8.3% last month compared with the same time last year. Hmm. At its last meeting in July, the Fed raised the interest rate by 0.75 percentage points to bump the federal funds target range to 2.25% to 2.5%. In an effort to rein in inflation, it also raised rates by 0.75 percentage points in June, representing at that time the largest increase at a single meeting since 1994. A similar size hike is expected when the Fed meets again this week in light of the disappointing August CPI report and strong job growth that's pushing up wage increases. But why are hikes used to combat inflation? Why and how do they work? Okay, it's a short story, so I'm just gonna read all of it. Okay, when will the Fed announce rate a hike? The Fed is expected to announce another hike by the end of its Federal Open Market Committee meeting on Tuesday, September 20. Wednesday, September 21st. The FOMC is the body within the Fed that decides monetary policy, including interest rates. More committee meetings are scheduled for November and December. How does Fed hike work? How does it affect prime rate 10-year Treasury bond? As the country's central bank, the Federal Reserve is in charge of monetary policy. Hmm. It's a dual mandate is to promote maximum employment and stable prices in the U.S. economy. Stable prices means keeping inflation in check with a long-term mean annual target of 2%. Hmm. In 2020, CPI inflation was 1.4%. In 2021, it was 7%. One of the Fed's main tools to impact inflation is federal funds rate, which is a rate banks charge each other for overnight loans. Although the Fed doesn't directly control all interest rates when it raises the federal funds rate, most other interest rates eventually follow suit, including adjustable rate mortgages, credit cards, home equity lines of credit, other loans. Some of these are tied to the prime rate, which is based on the federal funds rate, according to bankrate.com. So it's not that they directly raise interest rate. They start um, well. It starts with um, raising something else. So in this case, federal funds rate. Uh, when it raises the federal funds rate, um, other things comes next altogether. Oh, you know, everything follows, including adjustable rate mortgages, credit cards, home equity line of credit. A rising federal funds rate also affects 10-year Treasury bond. Hmm. Create a volatility in the stock market. Hmm. The value of future earnings change to deep when higher interest rates are expected. Higher interest rates are meant to slow the economy, which can stunt revenues for companies, potentially damaging their growth and stock prices. Okay, this is it for today. I'm gonna see you tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, okay?